attacked President Trump for not showing up on the stage, pointed to his contribution to the national debt. On the trail over the past few months, you've characterized your attacks on Trump as counter punches. If he comes at your record, you'll go at his. Are you officially going on offense?
I really believe that every candidate owes it to the voters to show up and earn their vote. And this idea that you can take a poll the year before primary and then disenfranchise voters by not showing up, that's wrong. You got to show up, you got to answer questions, and you got to defend your record. Republicans lost in 2018, 2020, and 2022. 2022 was probably the most favorable set of circumstances you could have running. Inflation, the country was in the wrong direction. Inflation was high. Interest rates were rising. Crime was bad in a lot of areas. The current incumbent Democrat, very unpopular. You literally just need to show up most of the time and you would pick up a lot of seats. And yet, they lost seats in the Senate, barely won in the House, and the only reason they won in the House was because New York overperformed and Florida had a red wave. We had the red wave in Florida because of leadership. So we have to go, you have to make the case to Republican voters how you're going to be able to get the job done. And I'm somebody that's proven to not only get in these big fights, to win these fights, and then to deliver strong electoral victories. I could serve for 2 terms. I don't think a lame duck president is going to cut it because we know there's so much that needs to be done. So he needs to come and he needs to defend his record. I remember going to his rallies in 2016. A lot of the things he said then, draining the swamp, Mexico paying for the border wall, eliminating the national debt, all these things he didn't do. And now he's running on a lot of the same promises he made back then. I think he owes it to come out and debate. I offered, since Sean Hannity is doing the debate between me and your governor here in California, I told Sean, let's do one between me and Donald Trump on Hannity. I'm happy to do that. I think he should show up to the normal debates, but if not, we'll do it. But let's go. He's had a lot to say about me on social media over the last 9 months. Well, now we can get up there and we can make this case in person. Yep.
Sir, a group of donors have invited representatives from your campaign and from Nikki Haley's campaign to meet with them to pitch them on why you're the #1 alternative to take on the former president. Are you concerned with Governor Haley's momentum and that you're not already seen as the person best?
No, no, not at all. I think like anyone that watched that debate the other night saw, there was one person who acted like a president should act. And if you look at how they were carping and all this stuff, to me, I thought it was very off-putting. And my role there was to deliver the message to the American people about how we reverse this country's decline. It was for me to deliver the message to the American people that I've actually delivered. All the things they're talking about, I've delivered. You want to talk about budget? We reduced the debt in Florida since I've been governor by 25%. We cut taxes. We reduced tolls. We ran budget surpluses. You want to talk about China? We banned the purchase of land by the Chinese Communist Party in the state of Florida. You want to talk about crime? We have the death penalty for pedophiles reinstated in Florida. We support police with bonuses and making sure our streets are safe. You want to talk about illegal immigration? We banned sanctuary cities in the state of Florida. You want to talk about things like education? We have universal school choice in Florida. Every parent has a right to take a scholarship to a private school. They can go to a charter school. And even within the school districts, they have choices to be able to go. On issue after issue, I've delivered where these other candidates have just talked. And I think it's very clear as you look in these early states where this stands. So we're going to be the candidate built for the long haul. We're going to get the job done starting in the early states, and we'll be able to bring this to a conclusion hopefully pretty quickly. Yes?
Governor, on immigration, there's more than 10 million illegal immigrants living in this country. If you're elected president, would you initiate mass deportation? And if so, to what extent have you thought through what that would entail in terms of law enforcement raids in immigrant communities, schools, workplaces?
So everyone that has come illegally under Biden, we got to go. They're sending back. So that's going to be the first priority. That's probably 6 or 7 million people right there. It's going to require a lot of effort. It's going to require us to lean in. But if you don't have a sanction for violating the law, I support building a wall. I support all this. You're going to continue to have it. I would note that the former president is campaigning on the same promise he made in 2016 that he didn't deliver on. In fact, Obama's first term, there were more deportations than under Trump's term in office. Now he's saying he's going to do this great thing. He had 4 years and didn't get the job done. We're going to get the job done, but I definitely think the people that are coming over, kind of last one in, first one out, and we're going to really push forward strongly on that. Yes.